Most photographers love using natural light. So in this video, I want to talk to you about making portraits with natural light. There's two types of light that it's good to be aware of. These are hard light and soft light. At the moment, I'm standing in full sunshine, and this is called hard light. The shadows are dark, they've got a hard edge on them, and it's kind of very high contrast, so very, very bright and then very dark in the shadows. So often with this type of lighting, it's good to introduce a reflector and just pop in a bit of extra light. You've got to move it around to get it right, and then you're going to be able to balance that lighting and just change the dynamic range so that it's easier to get a nice flattering portrait. But in soft light, you don't really need the reflector because there's not the hard shadows, and metering's easier, and it makes a more gentle and more serene feeling for a portrait. So it's quite different just because of the lighting. You've also got to think about where you are. I'm still on a sunny day and I'm in the shade, but I'm fairly close to the sun. The sunshine's like just a metre away from me here. So it's reflecting back naturally into my face and making the shadows softer so I don't have the dark shadows under my eyes or my chin. If I was to go deeper into the shade, if I was in a forest or in a big city where there was no real sun close by, then that's going to alter the quality of the light too. Still soft light, but it kind of flattens out and gets really dull. The time of the day also makes a difference. So photographers often prefer morning and evening because the light's a bit warmer and a bit softer. Even in hard light, it's got a different quality in the morning and in the evening. You can still make good use of a reflector in the shade or on a cloudy day. It's a great accessory for natural light photography. With any photography that you're doing, it's really important to have an idea in mind of what you want. What's your intention for your portrait? Do you want a hard shadow? Do you want to play with the dark and the bright areas? Or do you want a more flattering, even light on your subject? So these are choices that you have to make as a photographer. And hard light, you've got to be more careful with your metering because of the contrast range. From the brightest highlights to the darkest shadows, your camera may not be able to record full detail in all those places, so you need to make some choices there. But in soft light like this, where the tonal range is not so vast, it's much easier to get a good exposure. Using natural light outdoors doesn't mean you're limited or restricted to only using the sunshine. Reflectors are great, as I've mentioned, and you can do a lot within a space to be able to place your model somewhere where the lighting is going to be best. Sure, you can't move the sun and you can't change a sunny day into a cloudy day, but you can work within the parameters that you've got if you put your mind to it and get creative with it. I've developed an outdoor studio that was inspired by the American photographer Irving Penn, and I love taking this up into villages and photographing people in a studio environment, but still in their comfort zone, still in the front yard of their home or in the courtyard in the village, and it's a great thing to be able to use. I use this to help me get the style of lighting and the type of background that I want. I like a plain black background, sometimes a white background. I like a bit of hair light, and then we use also a large reflector to reflect light back into the subject, and I also make use of light reflecting off the ground. So all of these things add up to what could be mistaken for a portrait that's made inside using strobes or other electric lights. That's not the case because I only use natural light when I'm doing these portraits. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give us a like. If you've learned something, click subscribe so you can learn something from the next video that we put out. Also, a lot of the clips that I've been showing and the photos that I've been showing in this video come from our 365 Days of Photography course, which is available on our website. If you're interested in learning photography, this will take you step by step right through from a beginner to an advanced photographer in just 1 year. It's full of great information, and every lesson has got a challenge with it so you can put into practical use what you're learning every day.